So in this video we're doing wall cladding, pretty much, but that's not what the video is about. The video is about these. Okay, so I've just spent some time measuring up and seeing what the best outcome would be for the panelling, and pretty much this is how it goes. So the overall width of the wall is 368.5 or 3685, and then I was just messing around with what width boards and what spacings, and because of the sockets on the wall and whatnot, it became awkward. Some boards are landing in the middle and some boards weren't, and you know, it was just a bit awkward, so I needed to make the board so they wouldn't land on a socket because it looked nicer. I just get my tape, draw a line. Okay, so the drawing might be pretty awful, but pretty much I figured out that there's a socket here, a socket here, and a socket here. So the boards are all 200mm. Obviously the diagram's definitely not to scale, and all my spacings are 49.7. And it then leaves me little gaps to the side of each socket, and then it all works out perfectly fine in the wall, so it becomes everything very equal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark it on the wall now, and that's it pretty much. But it's 368.5. First I did 200 times by 6, which gave me 1200 or 1.2. Then I minus this, so then I minused 1200, which came out to 248.5. This measurement here, I then did 248.5 divided by my spacings. So if you've got 6 boards, there'll be 5 spaces. It's always one less, pretty much. Divide that by 5, and that came out to 49.7. And that measurement is the in-between spacings of each board. Easy. Pretty much just like everything I buy, there was absolutely no thought process behind buying these instead of like Occidental and the other one, whatever it's called, Diamondback. That's what I meant, Diamondback. The thought process pretty much was I couldn't afford Occidentals or the other ones, so I decided to get Bucket Boss, pretty much. more about the belt and braces. So a lot of you have been asking me about these, this setup that I've got going on here. And again, like I said, I would have got Occidental if I could afford Occidental. But hey, I got these off Amazon, so I'll put a link in the description if they're still going, or if they're still selling them, to where you can get them from, so it just makes it miles easier for you. In terms of setup in the old pouch and whatnot, I'll show you what's going on at the moment. Big main pouch, nothing goes in. I have my tape measure on the left. Usually I have a string line in here, but I don't use a string line anymore. That is a little hammer holster. Oh no, it's not. It's like a, I'm gonna assume like a ratchet, you know, for scaffolders, or crowbar type thing, or a very small hammer. You can't really fit a hammer in that there. And on the right hand side, this is what the hammer holster it comes with. And as you can see right here, I had to adapt it and rivet it on with a washer on that side, just so I can keep that one there. And then I have my pencil and pen. I do usually have my folding ruler there, and then I usually have my Stanley knife either in here. Well, my old Stanley knife used to be in the pocket here. Now because I've got this guy, I put that in just there. And then I have my little square that goes in there just because it's handy. And then again, there's another hammer part there. On the back, I got my big normal hammer is where that usually goes, so I just, on the back, done. Back one is just a normal, I think it's a Cunnies brand, I think that's how you say it. It's like a leather add-on, so I decided to put that one on just because I wanted one on the back and the side. That's my setup in there usually. I did actually used to have a little boat level in that slot, but I ended up getting rid of that. So, getting onto the reason of why I bought it in the first place. And it simply is because I'm a very forgetful person in some instances. I do, when I'm working, I'm in the full flow of things, I do have a tendency to leave stuff around. So I bought this because sometimes, you know, say if you're doing skirting boards, for example, and you're in and out of every single room, and you'll leave your tape somewhere, but whilst I've got this, I can quite easily just put it away, it's there, and then I can just crack on and do everything else, and it's very easy then. But then there is the drawback of having a pouch and wearing it. Because I do a lot of domestic work and I'm in and out of people's houses, especially in fitting doors, it tends to scratch the walls and stuff like that. It tends to clip things, like because the pouches are so wide, I do tend to clip a lot more things, which isn't ideal. So I don't really wear it that much inside of people's houses anymore. I just gotta remember where I put things down, pretty much. But like I said, because I don't wear it that often, I don't know if it is worth buying an Occidental. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would really like an Occidental tool belt. They'd be amazing. But I can't justify that at the moment because a lot of my work is just very much, you know, doing second fix work. I don't do a lot of first fix. But when I do, I usually always wear this because it comes in handy. Especially if I'm doing like roofs, stud walls, I'll have a big set square in my pouch so I can use, and it's always good. So unlike Occidental, which is leather, which is again quite heavy, it's just fabric. I don't know how to explain it, I don't know, but it's very light. Usually when I am working, I do have a drill hanging off it all the time, and my hammer's in the tool belt, and especially when I've got my big Stanley knife in there, and if I do have my big tape measure, my 8mm tape measure, it does become quite heavy. But for the sake of it, when I'm doing little bits like this, the material, the actual tool belt itself is very light. If you are doing jobs where you just need to put tons of screws in a plasterboard, for example, and you've just got a drill and you've got loaded up on one side with screws and you can just, it's easy. The only drawback on this thing, which I really despise, and I fixed it now, but it used to bug me no end. Now, as you can see here, I have managed to manufacture my own strap stop. Now, this was getting really annoying because every time I had a little bit of, like a tiny bit of weight in this tool belt, the straps would always come loose. And I think this wire is out of the, you know, the flexi pipes that you use for like extractor fans. I think I managed to take the wire out of that, and then I ended up strapping all the straps with it because it was really frustrating me, you know, falling down all the time. So like I said, I managed to fix it with just putting a bit of wire in there, but that's about it. I mean, I've never heard of this brand before, so I don't know if they're cheap or not. Well, I say that, these cost me about £50. And that was, when did I get these? I must have got them about 2 years ago. If you are in the market for a cheap tool belt, then I guess get Bucket Boss, because they're good. I don't know if they do any other tool belts, I'd assume they do. But it does the job, it does what I need. Would I like a new tool belt? Yes, but that's just because I can't get enough tools, and I'm a tool hoarder, and you know, you can't have enough tools. So, okay, so that's the end of the video. Bit of a weird one, but I hope you enjoyed it, and sorry for the delay. Works hard. And I will see you in the next video, whatever that one is, but thank you very much, bye.